Investing in Indiana's firefighters, that's what Governor Eric Holcomb says he wants to do with a program that's funding equipment and training centers across the state.
Earlier today, he was in Wabash to announce the dedication of a brand new training facility for firefighters in Northeast Indiana. Fox 55's Avery Johnson joins us live from there to give us a glimpse of what the center looks like. Avery.
Brian and Tara, Governor Eric Holcomb is investing nearly $18 million to build fire training facilities like the one behind me across Indiana. Now, I spoke with the governor and the Indiana State Fire Marshal today, who tell me that centers like this are few and far between in Indiana, which ultimately threatens community safety and puts firefighters at risk as well because they can't properly train both career firefighters and volunteer firefighters for realistic scenarios. This investment is the first time legislature has dedicated funds specifically towards firefighters in Indiana history. Holcomb says 66 departments across the state will benefit from training centers and upgraded equipment.
They do it with such, without hesitation and such professionalism, whether they're volunteer or in the firefighters union, professional firefighters full time, and we're blessed. And so for the state of Indiana, where our economy is growing, it just makes sense to reinvest in ourselves and them.
It is the biggest improvement, help that the fire service in Indiana has probably ever seen. We got thousands and thousands of firemen who didn't have a place to train, and now that they do. And so the impact is, you can't even measure how many lives will be touched because of this building.
Jones says in the 50 years he's been in this career, he's never seen such a financial contribution. He says this is very much needed in order to raise the level of community safety and get local firemen properly trained instead of using local firehouses or empty parking lots. Also part of this grant is replacing protective equipment and gear. He says most equipment is over a decade old, which ultimately threatens the safety of firemen when they're going into dangerous situations. He says his contribution is major to districts across the state. Reporting live in Wabash, I'm Avery Johnson with Fox 55 News.
All right.